Hey everybody, it's your favorite real estate agent, super agent guy, Eric Dunphy. I wanted to hop on here and explain these new commission law changes you've probably heard about in the news. This isn't any legal advice or anything like that. I'm just expressing my opinion and kind of explaining what's going on to a very small scale and what is going to be the change moving forward. So this is going to be a quick video, but I just wanted to make it and kind of get that information out there. So we have these, today is August 12th, 2024. Starting tomorrow, August 13th, 2024, the RMLS will no longer have a BAC on listings, which is a buyer's agent's commission. Now, I have a bunch of sellers, right? And we've already signed a listing agreement that says, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm your listing agent. This is the commission for my side. This is the commission for the buyer's agent side. That commission will no longer be shown on the MLS. We have forms that my sellers have signed that say, hey, we're still within our brokerage. They're still willing to pay a buyer's agent commission, essentially. Now, moving forward, we have a form for buyers to sign. So I go on a lot of new appointments with people, just getting them from ads and marketing, and how I get my new people, right, to go look at houses. But moving forward, I have to have anyone I meet with sign this form before I even show them the house. This form is stating on here basically it's the buyers, me, the parties. It's got the term. So the term is how long this contract is going to be, valid for, essentially. Buyer representation fees. So this is, there's a section on here saying that the buyer will pay the buyer's agent a percentage or a fixed amount if they purchase the property. They're basically liable to compensate a buyer's agent if they were to purchase a home with that buyer's agent. Does that make sense? Compensation talks about all of that. I'm not going to go through all of this and make it super boring, but this is just a new contract. It's probably backwards since I'm filming this way. It's got a termination agreement. It's got a termination fee, which is going to be an interesting scenario. It's got sections in here where buyer and buyer's agent sign. So what I wanted to tell everybody is I have a lot of sellers I'm working with right now, and every single seller I've gone to and I've sat down with them, they've had this question: what's going on with the commission? Like, how does this work now? And pretty much every time I tell them, hey, listen, a buyer, especially first-time home buyers, they're going to come in here. They have their down payment. They have their closing costs. They have all this other stuff that they're trying to purchase a home. Rates are a little higher than they were. So they, for them to come in and also pay a buyer's agent commission, that's going to be kind of stretching it. Like, they might not have the funds to do that in first-time home buyer situation. And I also tell my sellers a lot of the time, like, obviously you don't have to pay a buyer's agent, but I really recommend it. When I'm in a real estate transaction as a listing agent, as a buyer's agent, the other agent on the other side of the transaction is worth their weight in gold every time. I mean, I'm not even going to say it. Every time. They're worth their weight in gold. Having the two agents, having an agent representing you, having an agent on your side helping negotiate, it's just, the benefit is huge. The value is huge. Some people may not recognize that. So there is a situation where a seller can refuse. I mean, they can say, we're not paying any commission. On the listings, it'll say 0% buyer's agent commission. So moving from this point forward, essentially, it's a negotiable thing. And if a seller refuses to pay, you have buyer's agents have these buyer's agents agreements saying that they will get paid from the buyer's to be completely honest and transparent, I've had zero issues talking to my sellers and saying, hey, like, this is the benefit of paying a buyer's agent. Like, obviously you don't have to, but this is the value that it brings. I think your buyer pool is going to be bigger. So there's just a lot, and there's so much value on each side of transactions that people don't realize on a day-to-day process. I mean, buyer's agents just aren't going to work for free. So that's just, they're going to get paid one way or the other. That's what this agreement is protecting. So again, none of this is legal. I can't give legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I have no idea about any of that stuff. So this is just all my opinion. I just know that buyers have to sign this agreement now moving forward, even to look at a house. And it's going to look scary because it says on here, oh, buyer has to pay, X amount of commission or a percentage or whatever it's negotiated between buyer's agent and the buyer. My dogs are running around. And that's that. But I'm here to kind of tell you guys, like, from what I'm seeing personally, a lot of my sellers and a lot of sellers out there understand the value of a buyer's agent on the other side. And they also understand the value of, maybe a buyer can't afford to pay everything, like I mentioned, down payment, closing costs, et cetera, et cetera. And so you're kind of in this situation where the commission is no longer transparent on the MLS, but from what I'm seeing personally, a lot of the sellers understand the value that a buyer's agent brings. They know the value that their buyer's agent brought to them when they purchased that home. And so they're kind of willing to move forward, I say, like the old days. But again, it's up to them decision. There's this buyer agreement in place for if that's not the case, et cetera, et cetera. Not trying to drag this out, but one thing I do want to kind of just point out is there on this agreement, there is a termination fee, agent termination. Brokerage may terminate this agreement at any time, providing written notice. The buyer's right to terminate. If buyer has not entered into an acquisition agreement, the buyer has the option to terminate this agreement by providing the broker within 3 business days a written notice and an early termination fee. It's got a $sign amount on there. Everyone was freaking out about this as agents. I just want to give my opinion on it. So there's been a lot of times I feel like I'm super quick to react in the real estate world. Someone calls me, hey, I'm interested in this house. Guess what? I'm trying to get there as soon as I can. I'm trying to help these people because I know how the market moves and I want to be on Johnny on the spot, right? I want to be there, helping them out, seeing if this house is going to work for them. If not this house, maybe another one, et cetera, et cetera. This is on the buyer's side. I've had a lot of scenarios where a buyer's called me and they said, hey, I don't have an agent. I want to see this house ASAP. So I take time out of my day, cut, whatever I'm doing short, whatever the situation is. I run over there, show them the house. And then there's been instances where I've shown up and that buyer has their agent at the house. And I'm like, hello, like, are you guys working together? Like, what am I doing here? And the agent, is like, oh yeah, this is my client. That all can kind of get messy. Most agents, there's no issues with most agents. There's been a few agents that's like kind of messy with whatever. But I feel like this is a good thing, this form. We know we're working together. Obviously, I take pride in my work, the clients that I help. I hold everything to a high standard. I want them to hold me in the exact same high standard as well. So we'll just see how this pans out. I feel like, a lot of these calls that I get, people say they don't have agents, and then I go to help them, and then, a week later they say, hey, Eric, thank you for showing us these 5 houses. Thank you for showing, helping me get pre-approved. Thank you for all of your time. We're going to use our uncle. I'm like, that's awesome. So, I mean, in my opinion, this form kind of prevents some of that. My time is valuable. Buyers' times are valuable. We all want to be on the same page. Like, if you guys want to use Super Agent Guy freaking go for it. Like, let's get this bad boy signed. Let's move forward and let's get going. And we're working together. Got an awesome team around me. You know, got a great lender I can recommend. Great couple lenders I can recommend, right? Escrow companies I've been working with. They're always awesome. So just kind of wanted to throw everything out there, let everybody know about these changes, and we'll see what happens with them. Any questions, hit me in the comments. Most of you guys probably have my cell number anyway who are watching this. So, yeah. But starting tomorrow, these forms need to be signed before we look at houses, which is different for me, honestly, because I have a lot of clients, you know, I meet them and we're cool, right? Like, I know I'm working with you. They know we're working together, and that's all that needs to be said. But next time I see them, I'm like, hey, you know, let's sign these 2, 3 pages, 4 pages of stuff. I think it's a good thing, though. It's going to lead to a lot of transparency. So that is what it is. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. And any questions, again, throw them in the comments. See you on the next video.